Hello everyone, this is Godzilla Wolf 1, and today I'm doing something a little different. Instead of doing a normal Minecraft minigame or other video, I'm doing a mod showcase. Namely, I'm doing it on the Kamen Rider Craft 2 mod. Now, if you do not know what Kamen Rider is, it is a Japanese television series that has been on for a really long time, and is essentially in popularity what shows kind of, I guess you'd say, like Superman and other stuff is to us. Look up Kamen Rider and you'll figure out more about it, but basically the gist of it is imagine Power Rangers, VR Troopers, Big Bad Beetleborgs, slim them down, give them a motorcycle, and make them a lot more serious. Because, for those that do not know, all those series are based off of Japanese programs that were produced by Toei, the same company that produces Kamen Rider. And yes, we did get Masked Rider, which most of the fandom prefers not to think about. Though we did get Dragonite, which was pretty good. Anyway, and disclaimer: if you like Masked Rider, no offense to you. I'm sure there are people that like it. I just did not find it amusing. Anyway, the essential idea of this mod is it adds armor and weapons from Kamen Rider into Minecraft, along with some mobs and some other odds and ends. So let's get this party started. First up, Kamen Rider Double, or W. It depends on how you pronounce it, but most of the time it's double. This is one of my favorite Heisei riders. Well, technically he's the first new-gen Heisei rider. Heisei is the most recent period in one of the most recent periods in Japan's history. But anyway, there's only one way to do this properly: Henshin. Yeah, Kamen Riders say Henshin when they transform. You learn things! Anyway, essentially, now I am Kamen Rider Double. This does not come with any buffs, but it is as strong as diamond armor. But that's not the fun part about this mod. The fun part of this mod is how these work, the Gaia Memories. Instead of having to craft a set of armor for each of Double's forms, you simply have to craft one set of armor and then find these memories, which you get from the ore, which is right here. So, let's say, I'm already in Cyclone Joker, but let's take those memories anyway, because I'll need them for later. Let's take all 6 of Double's memories here. And show you this. Now, right now, I'm in Cyclone Joker form, which is Double's default, and what form it comes with. But if I right-click on the Heat memory, I change to Heat Joker. If I right-click on the Metal memory, I change to Heat Metal. If I do Luna, Luna Metal, Luna Trigger, Luna Joker, Luna Metal, Heat Trigger, Luna Joker, you can do all of that, which is very cool. I've never seen a mod that can actually do it like this. Now, one important thing about this mod is if you do this normally, if you do this all the changes and all that with the double memories, you still just have diamond armor on. But there is one unique item that makes use of basically everything. Well, at least these 3 memories: Cyclone, Heat, and Metal. That is the Metal Shaft, which is the primary weapon of Kamen Rider Double while in any of the metal forms. And you craft it by putting a diamond sword in the middle, surrounding it by Gaia memories, putting a metal memory above it, and you got yourself a Metal Shaft. Now, the same recipes, for everything: surround something in diamond with the Gaia memories, and you got it in your set. However, normally it is just simply a diamond sword. However, should I switch to a metal form, then things get interesting. Now, the Metal Shaft has the unique ability, and this does not unfortunately work with Luna yet. I'm pretty sure eventually he is going to add something in for it. But let's grab some monsters, and I'll show you. Each form, if you use Cyclone, Heat, or Heat with Metal, you will get a special ability from the Metal Shaft. So, let's summon a Masquerade Dauphin. I got a baby one. Masquerade Dauphins are the minions that were in the series Kamen Rider Double, and they're, as well, basically zombies in this one. But if you're in Cyclone Metal, you send whatever you hit flying with the Metal Shaft, which you have to admit is kind of amusing. However, and I think that those things can drop. How did he drop skeleton stuff? I don't understand. But if you switch to heat metal and spawn him in, the metal shaft's ability changes. Time set night. Yeah, Masquerade Dauphin's burn during the day. I forgot to mention that. Let me kill that one off. Spawn in a new one. If you use heat metal, you light whatever you hit on fire. So the metal shaft essentially gains fire aspect. That is awesome. I've not really seen many mods that can do that. I've seen mods where if you get a bonus if you have the full set on, but I have not yet seen one where you basically get buffs or superpowers or whatever you have, depending on which type of armor you have for the same weapon. So yeah. And you know, it's very simple to actually use because you just have to switch forms and you can send things flying. Sorry, creeper. And no one cares about the creepers. I do think, though, that the Cyclone forms, and the mod creator did ask for suggestions, I do think the Cyclone form should have a jump boost, and Heat form should have fire resistance, and perhaps Luna forms, I don't know, because Luna was kind of weird. But maybe Luna forms have an increased range? I don't know. Anyway, next weapon is the Eternal Edge. Well, actually, I've got another memory I need to show you first. So, not technically first, but it feels like a better idea to show you it first than to show you the Eternal Edge. This is the Fang Memory. When you use it, you turn into Fang Joker. Now, there's a difference between Fang Joker and any other Joker form. Look at that. The Joker side actually changes depending on whether you are in Fang Joker or normal Joker, or any other Joker form. You can do Trigger and Metal, but they don't really change properly, because apparently they don't have models, and in the show they could not do that. So, yeah. Fang Memory. Let's move on to the next rider, and the next rider is Kamen Rider O's. And Kamen Rider O's is probably the one that is the most complete at the moment. As I said, this is a work-in-progress mod. But Kamen Rider O's is a little different than Kamen Rider Double in that you require this, the O's scanner. And to craft an O's scanner, you need to surround an Ender Pearl in cell metals. And basically everything in the mod is surround diamond gear in cell metals to actually craft. But if we put this on, you'll see I get some buffs. Night Vision, Haste, and Haste 2, and Jump Boost 3. That's because I have the O's scanner. If I don't look what happens when I remove the O's scanner from my hand. The buffs go away. So you need the O's scanner in your inventory to actually make use of the buffs. Which is interesting because that's how it worked in the show. In the show, the O's scanner scanning the metals is what gave him use of the items. Now, the next combo is, now as you can see, there's a bunch of cells, core metals, and each of these cores has a unique ability and buff it gives you. The first of which is Taja Door, or Taja Dol, depending on how you pronounce it. Now, I also need to grab me some cell metals. Basically, this works the same as Double. You right-click these and you transform. However, with O's, it's a little different. I've already got the Taka head on. If I put on Kajaku, which if you do not know is Peacock, the arms change, and I gain fire resistance in place of haste. If I put on the legs, I now have regeneration, fire resistance, and night vision from the combo. Now, regeneration does not come from the legs, it is a combo boost. So you essentially get the combo, when you have the full combo, you get regen. However, there's another ability that this combo has, and that is, switch to game mode 0, if you press shift, you can fly. How awesome is that? You can fly indefinitely. Now, also, one more thing I find very useful, and also you do not take fall damage, so let's say I fly clear up here above the clouds, and then let go. No fall damage. Now, this does have one more thing. The Taja Spinner is unique to Taja Dol in the show. Specifically, it goes with the Kajaku arms. Now, basically, you pull back on this. Let's kill the spider here with it. And it fires a fireball. However, that's not all. As you can see, it has +7 attack damage, so if you smack someone with it, it does the equivalent of a diamond sword. And just to prove that the buffs are true, I can catch on fire, and I am not in any trouble at all. Okay, that's Taja Dol. Now, one thing to note is when you use the Taja Spinner, it uses up cell metals. So the more cell metals you have, the more often you can use this. You don't need to use anything to just hit someone over the head with it. I'm not sure if that was if it's supposed to be a melee weapon or not. It might be, but that makes it a very good melee weapon because you can just whack people over the head with it. But yeah, Tajador. The next combo is Gatakiri-ba, which for some reason is refusing to do the middle click thing. If you middle click, in case you did not know, if you middle click on an item, typically you can just grab it straight out without having to take something. But it's deciding to be a little annoying, so I'm just going to grab it anyway. Now, Gatakiri-ba is different. In Batacore, that's exactly what we had as Tado-ba, where you have jump boost. Kamakiri gives you haste 1. Now, you might be thinking that's worse than Tado-ba, so why would I use this in place of that? Well, for one, you might get the Kamakiri core before you get the Tora core, because, kind of chance there. But if you have the Koaga head, it does not do anything on its own, and I forgot to show you what I look like now. This is supposed to be a stag beetle, but, Minecraft doesn't work that way. Also, I found that glitch does not happen as much with O's. But if you do shift, you can spawn lightning. How awesome is that? You can only do that if you have the full form, the full combo, though. I'm not sure how I feel about that, because in the show, he just needed the Kawaga head for that. But, still a cool ability, and very useful in the Nether. Well, actually, let me check something here. Is that only usable by the Gatakiri-ba combo? Yeah, you can only use that with Gatakiri-ba and nothing else. So you have to have the full combo to be able to use it. And in case you did not know, Kuwagata is Stag Beetle, Bata is Grasshopper, and Kamakiri is Mantis. So moving on to the yellow combo, Lion, Tora, Cheetah. Tora is Tiger, by the way. Oh, shoot. Yeah, sorry about that. That was a mistake. Now, on to the next combo, which is Ratorata, or the yellow combo, Lion, Tiger, Cheetah. The cheetah legs give you speed 2, so, you're fast. The Tora claws, give you haste 2, as before. I do not believe that the head actually gives you anything on its own. In the show, it projected light, but in this game, it doesn't do anything. But when you have the full combo, you get speed 4. So you are Mach 5 speed here. Serious speed. Okay. Now, in the show, he had something called the Tora Claws, which were a weapon, and I think the mod creator said he might implement that in the future. But, yeah. Lion, Tora, Cheetah, Ratorata. Now, moving on to the next combo, which is Shayuta, and somehow I managed to mix those up. Shach, Unagi, Tako. If you don't know what those are, Shach is Killer Whale, Unagi is Electric Eel, and Taco is the Octopus. Now, this is a different combo than the rest. This is kind of unique. When you put any part of this on, you get water breathing, which is useful in and of itself. But, if you put on the entire set, you still just get water breathing. Well, that's because when you leap into the water, you get night vision, speed 4, regeneration on top of water breathing. That's very unique. I have not seen many suits or many mods that allow you to do that. And of course, you can just stay on the surface of the water and you're still fast. Now, I think the mod creator said he wants to improve this in the future, so you've got more of speed underwater. And I can see why. And also, one thing to note, you lose most of it looks like the buffs from each piece of the set only happen when you're actually wearing that unique piece. So, yeah, with Taka, I lose one of the buffs. If I put on Bata, so I only have one set on, I only have the regeneration. So the regeneration is from the chest plate. The speed is from the legs, and let's make sure I have... The head gives you... Yeah, the head gives you the night vision, it looks like. So, yeah. Shayuta. Very interesting combo, very different than any of the others, and rather useful, honestly. It could be very useful when fighting certain bosses. Like, say you install Aquatic Abyss, I could see that be very useful. Now, the next one is Sagozo, which is Sai, Gorilla Zo. Sai is Rhino, Zo is Elephant. And this combo gives you, if you put on the Sai head, you just get slowness too. So the Sai head is not useful on its own. We're going to switch over to Taka, which also gives you night vision on its own, by the way. The Gorilla Arms give you slowness too, but also strength. And the Zo legs give you resistance, but if you have the full combo on, you get resistance 3. So in this form, you are a tank. I've heard the actual mod creators say that you are a tank in this form. You're slow, but you can two-shot most. You can probably actually do a very good job of beating a mob to death with your bare hands with this. Okay, not to death practically, but you get the point. You can still do some damage. And if you have a good weapon, you're going to decimate everything in your path as Sagozo. Which fits what it was in the series. In the series, it was the slow, powerful form. So that is actually one of the ones I think he implemented the best. I will do the purple cells later. First I'm going to do Taka Imagine Shocker or Tamashi combo. If you don't know what Tamashi means, it is essentially a Japanese word, I believe, meaning soul or something to that degree. And Taka Imagine Shocker, this debuted in the All Riders movie. Now, if you have the set on, you get speed 2, night vision, strength 2, and fire resistance. However, if you press shift, let me see, is there any targets here? If you press shift while in this form, you fire a fireball. No cell medals or anything, you can just shoot fireballs. Now this mod, I think if I remember right, this form has not yet been officially released into the game. You can't get it naturally in survival, I don't think. But it's still useful, and I think there will be a way to do it in the future. Now, let's put everything away, and I'm probably going to have to clear my inventory in a couple seconds, so bear with me. Cobra, Kami, Wani, Baraka Wani is the form name. Cobra, obvious, Kami's turtle, and Wani is alligator or crocodile. The head itself gives you regeneration. The arms give you resistance 3, and the legs give you strength, I think. And yeah, the texture's a little broken, but that's not all this does. If you jump on sand, you get speed 4. So as long as you're on sand, you are incredibly fast in this form. It hits hard, it regens, but I think that's also why this form in particular has not yet been released yet. Because it is a little bit higher end than the others are. Okay, now let's move on. These 3 are just random ones. And let me clear my inventory really... Dang it, I cleared my armor. I forgot that happens. Okay, hang on. Okay. There. Now, the next set are Panda, Kangaroo, and Kangaroo. The 2 sets of Kangaroo. Now, in the show, this was for... One of these, I believe, was a radio release, which is this one, and it's basically a repaint of Tora. So if you don't have Tora, you can use this, but it cannot replace... I don't think it can replace Tora in Ratorata combo. The Kangaroo arms give you strength 2, and the Kangaroo legs give you strength 2 as well. It does not stack, so you can't wear them both and get strength 5. I don't think that any of these are available in-game yet. I think they're only from Creative. Now, the last 2 combos are... I just realized I took their Kawani straight out. The last combo is... Well, last 2 combos is Puto Tira. Someone just messaged me on Skype. Puto Tira, the Terra head gives you jump boost 3. The Tricera Arms give you strength 2, and the Tyranno legs... let me switch something out for the arms. Yeah, the legs will give you strength 2, it looks like. The legs don't give you anything, but if you have all 3 on, you get strength 3, jump boost 3, and resistance 4. Which, I admit, is OP, but this is his super mode, and that's probably why it's not yet available in-game. Also, if you press shift, you do a dash forward, and you can clear a bit of distance at once. So that's nice to have. The jump boost is too high. And there's also one other thing, which for some reason I forgot to put in there. I have no idea why. And it also requires cell metals. This is the Meta Gabryu, which means Metal Biting Dragon. It is the signature weapon of this combo. And of course, you know, if you have the full combo on, you can own everything. But also, if you right-click, you can fire Wither Skulls. I do not know many weapons that actually fire Wither Skulls from mods. I think a few mods do have them, but this is one of the rare ones. And also, I think you can use this as a pretty effective axe. And also, to craft it, you have the 3 core metals and all of that. So, fairly nice weapon. I think it works well, and yeah, it's kind of hard to actually descend when you're in this form due to that dash ability. Also, one thing I forgot to mention, the Taja Spinner is crafted by surrounding a diamond sword in the Taja Dole combo's core metals. Now, last set, Super Tato Ba combo, aka the most OP set in the entire mod at present. And just so I reset everything, I'm going to switch to Panda and Kangaroo, so I get rid of some of the buffs from Putotira. I still have Jump Boost too. But first off, change the head to Super Taka Head. You get Night Vision. The Haste 2 is from the other combo, and the Strength 2 is from that too. But you also get Regeneration 4 and Fire Resistance. And I'm sorry, but there's really no way I can show the individual medals and what they do on their own, because you have to have 3 equipped at any one time. But then Super Tora gives you Haste 4, Strength 2. Well, no, I think Strength 2 is coming from these legs. Maybe. I don't know. Well, actually, I can just switch the Tyranno legs on and find out, can't I? Yeah, the Strength 2 is coming from the legs, but you still get Resistance 4. And if you complete the combo with the super legs, you get Speed 3, Night Vision, Haste 4, Jump Boost, Regeneration 4, Resistance 4, and Fire Resistance. So in this form, I don't think it's physically possible to die. And also you can fly like Taja Dole can. But also keep in mind, this form is not yet available in-game. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a special crafting recipe or something for it, or a special way of obtaining it. Now, the last item in this section of the mod is the Meta Jalabur. Now, the Meta Jalabur is essentially like the Prism Bicker. It does 7 attack damage, like a diamond sword, and if you shift right-click, you get a special number of Strength 3 buffs, which I'm not sure if that actually stacks. Let me test that. Okay, now it's in its super mode. Yeah, I still have Strength 3. So, essentially in this form, when you power it up like that, you can own things very easily. But you only have a set number of uses on it, and it eats up a cell metal. Now, one last thing in this mod for the O section is Onk. Oh, Onk is a little buddy of Kamen Rider O's. I won't spoil a lot of stuff. He's one of the most popular characters. And he's essentially an arm that floats around. And I'm pretty sure he produces cell metals. I'm not sure if he does that yet. And he's kind of hard to kill, honestly. I think his hitbox is a little weird. Okay, and he's really fast, actually. Yeah, his hitbox is actually on the ground for some reason. I don't know why. Oh, okay. If you kill Onk, you get a ton of the Taka metals. In fact, I think you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. Oh, that's clever. In the show, the Greed each had 10 core metals, so killing Onk gets you a full set of the Taka metals. And I think you got a bunch of cell metals from that, too. So, yeah, killing Onk is worth it, but I think he gradually produces cell metals over time. Also, something else I forgot to mention is there's ice pops. Ice pops are a thing, and they're crafted how you would expect. Each one is crafted by orientating snowballs on a stick in a certain way. They fill one hunger, and if Onk is out, he follows ice pops. Which you have to admit is kind of cute. So you see an Onk in your world, you can either take him home and try to farm them, or I wonder something. Let's spawn a second Onk in. Where's the other one? Where's the first one? I want to see, do they eat them? Can I breed Onks? No, I can't. Which is unfortunate. Oh, wait. That might be something the mod creator wants to add in, is that Onk can be bred like that. But yeah, that's everything from O's.